I will never be a Muslim again. Them a pussy all. You understand uh, the mainstream Islam I'm talking about. On the All Saints DLR station, on that East India Dock Road, there's a little mosque there nearby the station. When I went there, when I was a Muslim there, they they said to me, as a Muslim, you must fight for other Muslims. You must fight to maintain Islam's reputation. So you must fight for other Muslims. Yeah, that's what he told me. He demanded it. So what happened? What I find now, every time I'm in a situation, the Muslims are not fighting for me. I just phoned 999 to get an ambulance to come and pick me up and take me to the hospital because I've broken my toe, the bone in my toe, in my big toe. And I'm in severe pain. I can't walk and it's swollen. And I can feel the bone sticking through. And I could tell it was an Asian guy and he was messing me about. I knew he was bullshitting me because what the white crackers have done, they've put red flags on the system. Do not ever go to her house. Do not ever help her. They're asking me weird questions. Who's in your house? Every time I phone 999 for an ambulance. I've never had anybody in my house. I don't know what they're talking about. But this Asian guy, who's clearly an Asian and a Muslim, he sounds very Asian and Muslim to me. He saw the red flags there. Whoever he is, he might not be Asian, but he sounded Asian to me. He might be somebody else, but it's the white crackers, and the white power structure, the racist institutionalized white power structure that have put the flags on there. Whatever, under any circumstances, do not send her an ambulance. Do not go to a house. So he's working there, and he can have a way of overriding it. Yeah, because he's asking me ridiculous questions and help another Muslim, but instead he doesn't want to get into trouble because there's red flags on there saying, "Do not, under any circumstances, do not send an ambulance to her house." So he doesn't want to override it because he's scared he might get into trouble. You see, but yeah, they say I must fight for the Muslims. So what about me being scared of getting into trouble, sticking up for Muslims and Islam, and getting into trouble from the white racist power structure, and they're coming down on me? So he's frightened that if he goes overrides what they say, they will come down on him. But yet they want black people like us to become Muslim and fight for Islam, other Muslims, regardless of the white people and the white power structure coming down on us. Let's face it. That's the truth of the facts of the matter. The white power and racist institutionalized white power structure comes down on us like a ton of bricks because we're defending Muslims. We're defending Islam. We're defending mainstream Islam. You see? And what I find every time they're in a position, I know it's the white people who've put something on there saying don't send no ambulance, but he could override it. He's in a position where he's working there. He could override it, but what it is, he doesn't want to get into trouble. Why should he get into trouble for me? Why should he try to help me? Some black bitch? You know what I mean? And that's the way they look at it. Um, that's why I don't. Even if he wasn't a Muslim, Asian guy or Muslim, this is an issue that's been happening anyway. Let me tell you, everybody out there, the Muslims and the Asians have not been helping me. I've been in the search situation. Got worse because I became a Muslim, and I was going out there sticking up for Muslims. That's why the white power structure came down on me like a ton of bricks, and started using the Muslims, against me, making up stupid, pathetic lies. And the Muslims were not defending me. They were attacking me left, right, and center. I couldn't go in none of the shops. They wouldn't allow me. They were coming to fight me. They were insulting me in all the kind of worst, abusive manner you could imagine. But their own Muslims who kill children, murder in the most horrific circumstances, like Shema Ali, they were defending her because she's Asian and her parents are from Bangladesh. She's a Bangladeshi Muslim. And look what she did. I can't bother to read it out because it's so gruesome right now, and my toe is broken. But they defend their own. You know what I mean? They fight for their own, even though the white power structures put red flags or whatever. They'll take a risk for their own, but they don't take a risk for me. But they expect me to take risks for them, and that's why I'm in this situation. Because let me tell you something: I started practicing as a Muslim for the first time in 2020, early 2020. I started doing Ramadan for the first time. Yeah, that's when I started practicing during Ramadan in 2020, right at the beginning. Yeah, and I actually took Shahada in 2001, or was it either 2001 or 2002, in Brixton Mosque opposite the police station, the mainstream Islam. And this is why they came down on me even harder, because I became a Muslim and I was sticking up for Muslims. But they don't want to stick up for me because they don't want to take the risk. They're scared to take the risk. They're scared of repercussions on them, but they don't mind a horse. I must be a horse because they don't mind repercussions on me. You know what I mean? Because they say, oh, we're strong enough. As if we're not flesh and blood like them. You know what I mean? Well, this is the situation. Now I have to take my broken toe. He said, I'm finding my own way to an urgent treatment centre, not even A&E. Urgent treatment centre. Now I have to go back and forth, and they're going to leave me there for hours and hours and hours and hours and hours and hours and hours as they pack up in there. You know what I mean? And I'm in pain. Then he tries to suggest that I'm mentally ill because I called him a packy. Whether he's packy or not, I called him a packy. Then he said, are you all right? So I said, if you think I'm mentally ill, why are you telling me to find my own way to the fucking hospital? Because they play games. No, I'm not mentally ill. It's a system. I know the white people are racist. And I know that they give me hell because I still said that I'm a nation of Islam, which is not mainstream Islam. I'm Nation of Islam and I'm Hebrew Israelite. You know what I mean? And I'm Rastafari, but I am not fucking mainstream Islam. I'm not taking no risk for those people because they just use people like me because they're scared that if they try to defend me, they too will start to suffer from the white people. You know what I mean? So they're not prepared to take any risk in their life for me. You know what I mean? But clearly that man in the mosque says, I must fight for Muslims. Like I'm here to fight for Gaza. But the Muslims don't fight for me. And if they say they do, what are you doing? Because I've nearly died so many times. You know what I mean? Like they keep saying, the Christians is by God alone that I'm still here. They're shocked that I'm still alive. What I've been through just because I became a Muslim and defended Muslims. You know what I mean? Tried to defend the honor of Muslims. My God, I will never be a Muslim again. It's not for me. They did the same thing with Crystal. Crystal is Jamaican. She was a Muslim. She was a good, beautiful Muslim woman. And I don't know what the fuck they put her through. But she said she became a Christian. So I know she thought, well, I'm not going through what Michelle's gone through and have them disrespect me and not help me and expect me to fight for them and all them kind of weird there. But she went through it first. But I'm just giving you an example. She went through it first. But now I know, Crystal, why you left Islam, mainstream Islam, and became a Christian. I'm not going to be no religious. I'm not going to be religious at all. I'm not being religious, but I respect Nation of Islam, Hebrew Israelite, and Rastafari, even though we suffer still, as a black people. But I'm not following no religions or no faiths. I'm going to be drinking whenever I want. In the summertime, I'm going to be drinking my beer. I'm going to be eating my pork ribs and my pork belly and my bacon sandwich because I make too much sacrifice for people. and I get disrespect. The man I rape me unconscious and all them kind of nastiness with dirty, nasty people probably like Kevin. I don't even know him. Imagine that on top of you wake, you're unconscious, and that's on top of you having sex and spitting, dribbling in your face and your mouth and putting the nasty germs in your pussy. These are the things I have to go through. And like I said, it's the microchip implant, the illegal microchip implant that we're talking about here. It's not a persecution. It's an exploitation. They've told me already on YouTube from last year and the year before that. They keep selling me. They sold me to the Muslims. The Muslims are hypocrites. They bought me off Michael Howard. Michael Howard sold me. They've been passing me around to the Christians, to the Muslims, to the Conservatives, to the Labour Party, to the Muslims. They've been passing me around like a slave, using me. And the reason why they've been using me is because they put an illegal microchip implant in me in 2002 when I had a very emergency life-saving major operation. You see what I'm saying? They put an illegal, that's why they've been using me. So when they ask me at the hospital, do you feel persecuted? I don't feel persecuted. I feel exploited. I feel like they're using me, that they've put an illegal microchip implant in me. That's why they all know. They're all hypocrites. They all sold me because nobody wants to be the guinea pig. And of course, the white, dirty, racist people will always use an excuse. You know, they lied. Everything they say about me is a lie. I'm 100% innocent. What everybody says about me is a lie. I'm pure. I'm pure, mate. I'm 100% pure and innocent. I'm not guilty of nothing. But when the white people do these things and they've got niggers involved in it, undercover niggers, undercover Pakis involved in it, undercover Chinese, you know what I mean, involved with the white people, with Elon Musk experimenting with on humans, like animals, you know what I mean? With microchip implants, reading my mind. Of course they can read my mind. That's why they put the microchip implant in there, you see, because I was always too quiet. And they felt threatened by me because they know what they did. You understand? And they know what they've done to me ever since I was little. And they made that film about my dad, my real mom, my sister Yvonne and me, called The Color Purple, but with that dirty racist Jew, Steven Spielberg. Oprah Winfrey is another dirty hypocrite. She hasn't paid me a penny. I can't stand that dirty lesbian Whoopi Goldberg. None of them have paid me a penny, and they've been using me all along and the family to make all kinds of films and shows and whole heap from I was young, from I was a child, growing up, even in my 20s, my teenagers, my infancy. All the time they've been doing this. It's not just one film, but I can identify with that first film, The Color Purple, the original Color Purple, and other movies as well. You see? So it's all about the illegal microchip implant that they're all trying to cover up. Because they wouldn't sell me otherwise, because I'm not worth nothing otherwise, if it wasn't for the illegal microchip implant. That's the reason why they've been selling me. So I don't feel persecuted. When they ask me, do you feel persecuted? I don't feel persecuted. I feel exploited and used as an illegal secret experiment. And I think what happens is once they put these little microchips in you, they can't be removed. Because I think if they tried to remove it, I could probably die or end up with brain damage. You understand? So that's the thing, you see, can't be removed. It's the mark of the beast. You see, so that's why they scorn me. Everybody scorn me so much because really and truly, an illegal microchip implant is the mark of the beast. That's why they all scorn me. Because I hate Michael Howard. They put the mark of the beast on me. That is the mark of the beast as far as I'm concerned. People say, oh, it has to be in your hand. It doesn't matter. From you've got a microchip implant that on your body, anywhere, whether it be your hand, your head, your chest, wherever, that is the mark of the beast. Did you see the way the psychiatrist leaned forward the other day at mine in hospital, dirty white, nasty shit? He was leaning right forward in front of me, looking, staring in my head or staring in my face, like there was, like he can be seen and heard elsewhere through the microchip implant. You see, all these things I observe, and like that black woman yesterday at Charing's Cross by the police station doing her thing, she was hurrying to say, she wasn't talking to me. She was talking to the microchip implant because she wants to be heard. Oh yeah, I'm a Pisces. I'm very nice. I'm very generous. Oh yeah, and I forgot. She wasn't having a conversation. Did you notice? That was not a conversation. She was talking to the microchip implant because she wants the powers that be that are listening in to give her favor and advantage, because she feels that she's helping the homeless and she deserves something for herself out of it, like a favor from the powers that be, the people with influence who's got money and power. She was talking at me, and that's how there's enough ways that I know, but definitely I know because people don't talk to me. They talk at me because they're not talking to me. They're talking to the powers that be. That's why people get jealous. Who do you think you are? You think you're special? Why? Because I've got a microchip implant in me, an illegal microchip implant that I didn't fucking ask for. Do you think it's fun when they know they're just reading your mind? They know your every move before you even. That's why I just live. I can't really make plans because they know my every move. So when they say, "Oh, you don't tell everybody what you're doing," I don't need to tell nobody nothing. Everybody already knows everything I'm going to do before I do it, because everybody can read my mind. The powers that be can read my mind and they pass it through. A lot of niggas are involved. They sold me as well. That's how they sold me. They didn't sell me in any other way because I'm not guilty. They sold me to be used as a guinea pig, as an experiment, because they were frightened, but they're interested, they're intrigued at how the mind works and how people react to certain situations and how people think and all them kind of thing. That they're intrigued, them too. Dirty niggas and them packy Muslims and them hypocrites and the nasty racist Jews and all these people. They're all interested, you see. Anyway, I'm gonna go and upload this video now.